on.
Hmm.
Okay, let me start this. Who marketed since we last spoke on Tuesday or took advantage of the lead that I put in their inbox?
I don't even think that guy's here. Which one of them was not here? That was that was John. Who's the other person? The other person was who was the other person? It
Lorraine,
was John or was somebody else? Who was the other person?
Lorraine,
I think
Felicia.
we did like six, 4 to 5 people who got who
Okay.
got leads in their inbox that gave me their email.
Hmm.
Definitely Lorraine, definitely
Taj.
Felicia,
Yeah.
Yep.
Ja.
Yeah, I got some. Um, I can tell you, I did get a response back from one that said that that one was already rented out. This other one, I was following up with this guy who was supposed to handle the corporate leases. And when I reached out to him, he was at some convention, and then he said that he was going to call me back this evening, but he hasn't called me back yet. So I'm not quite sure. Come to find out, this particular house is also for sale too, because he asked me, what do you want to rent or do you want to buy? I said, oh, so I didn't see it, the listing for it for sale. So I went and looked at that too, but I told him I was interested in the corporate lease. So he said he was going to call me because he couldn't talk at the moment. So I was hoping maybe he'll call me back while we're on this call. I'll let you know. And then other than that, I have not heard from the third one at all, but I have been doing some more marketing. So I'm hoping to get some more responses.
Divine, please tell me you called the person even though they didn't call you.
I was gonna say that. That's what I was I was gonna say
But
that
no,
too.
I did call him. I did call him. That's when he
Okay,
told me, texted me and said he couldn't talk because he was at
gotcha.
this conference or something. Yeah. Yeah, I did call him.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So you made contact with somebody, you guys went back and forth, but you haven't been able to really have a follow-up conversation.
Right.
How many leads, either houses, apartments have you reached out to since we were last on this call?
Mm.
Uh, I want to say three or four, five. I can't remember. I have to look at my sheet. I think it's about five.
Total or like a day?
I'm sorry.
Five, three to five a day or 3 to 5 total?
That it was daily, but I haven't heard back from them. So I think I was texting with one other, and then I've been back and forth texting, but I hadn't actually had a chance to speak to them.
Your answer was daily, 3 to 5 daily. How many people you've been reaching out to?
Yes, I've been trying to reach out to three or five daily.
Okay. That's definitely a good start.
I heard
Definitely a good
trying to.
start.
I heard trying.
Yeah, I
I
was
heard trying. But that, nah, bro. Nope.
I
Put
heard
that
that
hot seat
too.
up. Let's go, man. Trying to reach out to 3 to 5, or you did. And 3 to 5 is not a certain number. So you know how many you really hit each day. Trying to hit 3 to 5 means, to me, that sounds like you might have contacted, made one.
Well, I've been sending the messages out,
Hmm.
and so well, yeah, I probably have only really talked to two.
So how many
Well, you
messages did
can't
you
you
send
I was
out per
about to
day?
say you can't control the people you talk to, but you control the many messages you sent out.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah, you just gotta up the activity, especially when you're going for your first one. Like that's the thing I see is the most underrated thing when people are first starting anything, not just this. The activity level in the beginning is not that much to make a difference. So even myself, like I know if I do 3 to 5, even if it's 5, I can expect myself not to get that much activity. So even the leads that if you saw the leads I put on Circle today, 20 phone calls, 20 phone calls, 20 emails just to get those 4 leads. But it's all good, because on the 20th one, boom, 4 leads all at one time. So you definitely got, and this is for everyone, you definitely have to keep track of how many people you're reaching out a day. You have to set a target. You have to push to hit that target, and you have to be at it every day until you get a yes. And even when you get a yes, until it's finalized, you got to keep marketing because that yes can turn into a no really, really quickly. And the no could
Gotcha.
be them telling you no, or you ran the numbers and it doesn't make sense.
I hear you. I will.
So it's good that you're taking action. Just do more of what you're doing now. Definitely do
Will
more
do.
of what you're doing now.
Will do. Will do. Will do. I just FYI, so y'all know, I will be here on Thursday. I'll be on a flight, so I may miss a call, but I'll check out the recording though. And Sunday I won't be on, but I'll be still doing the work.
Nice. Well, this is my last session for short-term rental marketing training for contract to close.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay.
Let's go, Lorraine. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
going.
get
I'm
it.
trying.
You got
Well,
it.
I'm
You
not
got it.
trying. I'm doing.
You got it. You got it.
So besides Lorraine and Jason, who else has been marketing for leads? What's the experience been like?
I'll go.
Jessica, if you're talking, no, we couldn't hear you.
Nobody. We got nobody for.
Is this thing on?
I'll go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been sending out a lot of emails, and I've been talking to a lot of people. The main person that I've been reaching out to about, I probably reached out to him about maybe 8 or 9 properties this week. And we've just been going back and forth. He's just been like relaying the information, relaying the proposals to the landlords. And I actually just reached out to him again today on my way home, and he said that he'll reach out to the landlords about a couple properties that I was interested in. But I had a good experience, even though it was a lot of no's. Everything was no's. But you just got to make a lot of phone calls. Once you think you're about to get that yes, they're like, we don't think we'll go ahead and go forward with it. But it's been good. I've been speaking to a lot of people on Facebook, sending emails, Redfin, Trulia, Zillow. And since the last time we spoke, I think I've made about maybe like 25 contacts. And that's just phone calls, and then emails. I've sent out a good amount of emails, maybe about between Facebook emails and Facebook messages and emails, probably about 40 since the last time we spoke. But yeah, it's been a good experience, but it's just been a lot of no's for me.
So, how did you feel when you went back and forth with that lead you was telling me about? You thought it was serious, and then they ended up coming back and telling you no.
Um, to be honest, it felt okay. I didn't feel disappointed or anything. I just felt like, okay, just move on to the next one because that's not the only one. I was happy they actually responded, because if I didn't put it out there, they wouldn't have responded anyway. So I'm just happy that, I put it out there. They gave me a response, even though they didn't agree to my business model. So it was cool.
So was it the business model that they wasn't feeling, or was it your terms?
No, I think it was just a business model. They didn't want to do corporate leases and short-term rentals in their property.
Gotcha. And they
Because
they
they
told
did
you that directly?
they did actually send me what you call it? They did actually send a response, but after I gave them more info, they wanted to know more about my company and everything, so they just said no after that.
What did you offer them? I'm curious. Like what was the terms you offered them?
I offered them their rent, $200 less on their rent, half, no security deposit, no renewal on the first renewal, no increase on the first renewal, and I offered them up to $200, being responsible up to $200 of maintenance. I'll be responsible for maintenance, up to $200. What else did I put in there? I'll take care of lawn care, but they just didn't want, the short-term rental.
That's cool. Yeah, you'll definitely get that. Did you ask for any free rent?
Oh, I did. Yeah, yeah. I did. One of them I asked for, a few of them asked for free rent, and a few of them I asked for half rent for 2 months.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you guys can do anything to make up for Chin when he first got started, is ask for free rent up front. Like, don't, I used to be so scared. Like, why would someone give me free rent? I literally just started asking for free rent this year, and I always get it. So, if you guys can do anything for me from when I first got started, ask for free rent, even if you have not one deal under your belt. Ask for free rent, ask for 3 months upfront, be audacious, ask for 3 months upfront. Let them bring you down to two, 1.5, 1 month. Like, let them bring you down, but ask for three upfront, and you would definitely get more than you would have if you would have just asked for 1 month. That's what I wish I would have did earlier. Just ask for those 3 months of rent up front. But cool. Good to
So
good
hold
to
on,
hear you getting your reps in.
hold on. To be clear, what are you saying? You're saying ask for 3 months free rent up front and let them talk you down to one, or because you kind of because just rephrase that so that I'm clear, and just in case anybody else is unclear as well.
Okay, so the when I tell people ask for 3 months free rent up front, some people, they think that's too aggressive. And then they ask for 1 month, and then the person and the landlord ends up giving them half a month, a few weeks, 2 weeks free, right? So what I'm saying is ask for 3 months up front. Best case scenario, you get it. I'm not going to spoil Sam's property tour, but he negotiated a really good deal because he asked for it, right? So ask for 3 months up front. If you get it, that's fantastic. If you don't get it, you still would have got more than if you would have just asked for 1 month, right? Because the landlord is usually going to say, 3 months, that's crazy. Let me meet you in the middle. People love to meet in the middle, or, they'll give you a free month and give you like half off of rent or something. So, shoot high. What I'm saying is shoot high and, land on the stars. You may really just get exactly what you're asking for. But I'm really learning that negotiations, the best negotiation you can do up front is just asking. Like, that's the first step in negotiating, asking for what you want, because you literally may get it and won't even have to negotiate back and forth.
Got you. So yeah, that's more clear now. Because yeah, most people will just, split the difference. They'll just say, all right, I'll meet you halfway, right? So that's important. Yeah. Reach for this, go for the three out the gate, and I know that's very challenging for some people, 'cause like you're saying, they're like nervous and like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. They're gonna say no, I can't do that. But hey, the answer is always no, you know what I'm saying, if you don't ask. So all they could do is maybe say no. Okay, that confirms your thoughts. Or hey, to your surprise, they'll be willing to do maybe not the three, but like you said, maybe the two or the one, right? So that's definitely an important part of negotiating. Ask for what you want up front. Because most people
100%.
will split the difference. But if they split the difference, you're okay. We're okay with that, right? I'm
Hmm.
looking to split it, right? But hey, you know,
Now imagine you ask for 1 month free and they split the difference on 1 month free.
right.
Then you don't want that because 2 weeks, what are you gonna do with 2 weeks? So yeah, thank you, Chanel, for getting in the trenches. And same thing to for that I said to Lorraine. You're getting activity, but you're still getting no's. So that means you haven't spoken to enough people. So continue speaking to more people. Like if just find pick a target and do your best to stay consistent with that target number every single day. And if you've exhausted a city, this is another roadblock I ran into the beginning. I used to like reach out to everybody. Like, of course, I had virtual assistants, so I can reach out to a lot of people at once. So we've reached out to an entire city, and then we would wait for new listings to come on the market. So like don't do that, right? So pick 2 to 3 cities you can market to, right? Do the market research, of course. Pick 2 to 3 cities. You exhaust one city, move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Like your job here is to reach out to people. Like literally, that's your only job, to reach out to people. Don't get caught up in other parts of the process that you're not even at yet. So just at this point, just focus on marketing, reaching out to landlords, reaching out to apartment buildings, following up with the people who told you no. Like there's a house I was looking at. I think I sent an offer October 1st. They said no, it's still on the market. So I followed up today, right? They didn't hit me back, but you never know. You'll catch them when they're desperate. So all the leads that told you no, keep track of them, keep track of the address, whether you save it to your Zillow, you write the address down in your notebook, maybe you have a CRM. Just check. Oh, wow, this house is still on the market and they dropped the rent price. I'm about to reach out. So um who else was here? Let's see. I'm about to just call you guys out. I know Greg was here last time. Kay was here last time.
Yeah,
Felicia,
yeah, yeah,
talk to me, man. I want to hear your
yeah,
experience.
yeah. What's going on? So it's more of a mindset shift for me because I've been always been a buy and hold guy and shifted into SDR. So I'm in the Bronx. I have a property in the Bronx that I have as a SDR. I'm actually going to work on one in Jamaica right now. I'm going down in a couple of weeks to deal with that. Uh, I mean, I'm a Jay Massey guy, so I mean, so I kind of jumped on his trend for a minute. But I think for me, I was looking at the Finger Lakes, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly where that was one area that I mean I was up there a few weeks ago and I see a lot of activity. So I just need help with making that shift towards the marketing because I'm just used to buying the property and then just changing it into you know what I mean, into actual STR.
Hmm.
So for me, it's a mindset shift type of thing. I'm looking at properties, but I'm looking at the actual cost of the property as a buy and hold and then shift to STRs as opposed to, like arbitrage. I'm not, I don't feel comfortable yet.
Okay. I mean, that's cool. So my thing is to play to your strengths, right? So if if you took my workshop, I gave the formula, the math rather, to run your STR numbers if you want to buy the property. So the only thing that changes is how you're acquiring your unit, right? You just want to buy it. So the only thing that changes for you is the math when it goes to purchase it. But you still have to market to get that house, even if if so marketing is basically just selling yourself and doing outreach. So when you're buying a house, you have to reach out to the agent, reach out to the seller, which is marketing. And then when you have the conversation, you're selling yourself that I'm the buyer. So whether you're buying it or doing arbitrage, we're all doing the same thing. And that's the only thing that's going to change for you. So you still have to do the market research like an arbitrage person. You still have to, same operations as an arbitrage person. The only thing different for you is going to be the math. So, you can still buy. It doesn't have to be arbitrage. So if you're a buyer, I say stay a buyer if that's where you're comfortable with. Um, are you in my STR training? Like, did you take it?
No, I'm like new to the. I mean, I'm an old core member, but I just got back on track, so I'm just trying to get back into. So I'm trying to shift into the mindset of arbitrage as I'm trying to get because I see the strength in it, so
Hmm.
I'm trying to make that shift, you know what I mean? But every time I look at a property, I'm like, okay, is it possible to like buy it? And you know what I mean? So it's just I'm not comfortable yet with the arbitrage, you know what I'm saying? So
Nice. Okay. Just stick around. It sounds like you just need to stick around and that comfortability level
yeah.
will definitely shift as you hear more, see more.
Yeah, but I'm gonna want to talk to you about the property that I have in Jamaica that I'm working on. For it should be launching in December. I'm in time for the Christmas, so I'm trying to get, well, not trying, but it will be up. You know, I just have to ship some stuff, there and so forth. So
You own it already or you listed
yeah,
already?
yeah, yeah. So it's just a matter of, I shipped some stuff down there already in terms of furniture and towels and whatnot. So but definitely does need that help with the mindset change towards like the whole arbitrage mark.
Keep
All
in touch, man. Keep in
right,
touch.
cool.
I do my best to stay as active as I can on
Yeah,
Circle, post stuff just like you said, keep the mission alive and break
yeah,
and do help people get that mindset shift because it
yeah.
is a brand new strategy. And, once you start it, it's no longer real estate. It's straight hospitality, team
Got you.
building, and operations.
All right, cool.
So maybe what you may want to do to help with the mindset would be getting into the training that he did. So if you go inside of Empire Excel, you'll see like it's a whole workshop that he did. There's one, was it the spring one, and then there's an advanced one. So if you go to on the side where it says learn with Empire Excel, you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that'll help you out because he does talk a lot of mindset in the training and everything like that. So um
100%.
that'll help, you know what I mean? Jumpstart where you want to go.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yep.
Who else we got here? Let me just call you guys out if I saw you last time. Matthew, talk to me, man. How's marketing been since we last spoke?
Well, I guess I'll be one of the only few to say that it's not been going the smoothest that I'd like it to go. Had some different things that I'm trying to figure out personal wise, but other than that, I mean, I guess I might be the only exception to that. Not that I'm not doing anything; it's just it has been a little.
Boo.
He booed him. Oh, no.
Someone throw a tomato at my man's. Come on, Matthew. Come on, man. We gotta get in the game, bro. I thought this is what you want to do, bro.
No, I mean it is, and I guess this is I don't know, an important conversation because it is what I want to do. So I'm not gonna say nothing further to that.
Yeah, man. Your life is crazy, bro. Life is real interesting. When it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, it's not too bad, right? So I'm sure whatever you went through was not too bad that you couldn't spend like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour to hit up some landlords, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. I will. I just, like I said, it's been experiencing different things, but yes, I will. Yes.
I can imagine. I'm not looking to downplay your situation. I'm not going to ask you what's been going on, right? Just regardless of it all, you have to push through the noise, man, and carve out some time for yourself and push, literally push. It's mindset shift all around, literally all around. So yeah, man, talk with yourself, bro. I know you like mirror talks a lot, so do that mirror talk thing that you be doing and set a target on how many you're gonna reach out to, when you're gonna do it. It doesn't matter what time. I used to reach out to leads at like 1 a.m. knowing that they'll hit me back in the morning because that's the only time I had. So literally, just find time. Maybe you wake up earlier, you go to sleep later. Maybe you don't eat on your lunch break that day, right? And because you're just reaching out the leads, but find some kind of time, bro. You have to. You do not want this year to pass you, and it looks like January 2025. So push, bro. Push. Reach out to some landlords. You know exactly what to do. You have the trainings, you have the scripts, you got your boy, right? Now you just got to do it.
Yes, sir.
Smooth. Who else is here? Who was on Felicia? You was killing it last week, reaching out to people while we were on the phone. Tell us the fruits, if there's any fruits of your labor.
Who going up tonight? Who going up tonight?
Come on, man. The 19th was real prosperous. I got some leads in y'all inbox. I know Shah had some leads in his inbox, even though we couldn't market in that city. But what did that conversation look like?
Okay, so the person that I reached out to, I got a call back that Friday. It was a realtor, and he was asking me questions, and I kind of explained to him briefly of what I was wanting to do, and he asked me about credit and so forth, um, because it's in an HOA. So
Mm,
he was like, the HOA is really strict. The landlord could be a little bit more lenient, but the HOA is pretty strict about credit and so forth. So I said, well, that's no problem because I don't have an interest to be in an HOA anyway. So I said,
nice.
whenever if you come across any other, properties and so forth, especially off market, can you let me know? So he was like, sure, no problem. So then probably later on that day, he sent me another property, and he explained to the owners what I wanted to do. And at first, they didn't really have a problem about it. And then after me and him went back and forth for a few calls, they had a lot of questions. And then he also informed me that I guess the rules here in Florida had changed, and I wasn't aware of it because I'm so used to Florida. We were being able to do all kinds of short-term rentals, and I
Hmm.
know people who have them and operate them. So I didn't really think anything. I didn't do my research here because I was just used to it. But come to find out, I guess in certain areas you have to be licensed and registered and all this other stuff now. And I was like, oh wow, that really kind of sucks. So now I'm just really struggling with an area of where I want to look at so I can just actively keep looking, but I'm kind of stuck. And then I did go back to your videos to kind of see some of the things you were saying when it comes to picking an area. When it comes to is it Vimeo, the video thing? So when I try to watch some of the videos, and it might be just at work, when I'm watching it, it'll stop at a certain part and just keep thinking, do I need to sign into Vimeo to watch the videos? Because some of them I can get through, but not all of them. I just want to know if there's a difference in between me signing in and watching them,
I don't think
or
you have to sign
it
in.
could.
It could be just where I'm at,
Oh, okay.
because it could be, I'm at work and I'm not on Wi-Fi. So sometimes it does, lag. If not, then I'll just have to do it at home.
Okay. Anybody
When
else
you
have that
watch it
issue?
at home, does it do that or just at work?
I haven't really tried it at home. That's the thing. I haven't really tried it at home. But I do need to kind of go back and look at your videos, and I need to just kind of hone in an area. Um, what did you say about Savannah? You weren't looking in Savannah, right? Savannah, Georgia?
Well, what was the last part of your question?
I said I just got to hone in on an area and just stick with it, find an area that I want to, a market I want to search. That's what I'm struggling at right now.
And then what'd you say after that?
Savannah, Georgia. Didn't you mention about Savannah, Georgia, looking in Savannah, Georgia at one point?
So I'm in Savannah. I wouldn't
Okay,
advise you guys to look in Savannah because the restrictions are very restrictive, which is why
okay.
I'm not expanding in that market whatsoever. Um, yeah, that's what I have about that's what I have to say about Savannah. And you live in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm also in Florida, as you know, and I know a few people in like different parts of Florida, like St. Pete's and Jacksonville and Fort Lauderdale and where else is that area? I know people who operate in Florida, right?
Right,
Um,
me too, right.
so when it comes to permits and regulations, it's per county. So like
Hmm.
every county in Florida has different regulations. So maybe if the county you're in, like I know you say you didn't do much research, but as you like verify your thought, maybe the county you're in is more strict than others. I would just check out the neighboring county because in Savannah, strict, they're not giving out any more permits. But my boy is in Port Wentworth, which is 20 minutes from Savannah, and he can operate without a license or a permit because it's technically not Savannah, it's just the next town over. So maybe just consider doing the next town over if you want to stay local. But Florida's huge and there's a lot of markets. And, I always tell people who say they want to be close to their units is that, when you're in operation, your goal should be to not want to visit the unit whatsoever. So, if you're running it the right way, the way I'm teaching it, you won't ever need to go there. So it doesn't really matter if it's that local to you or not. But if it's local to you, it's always better.
I was just looking at it. I don't want to stay local. I just want to start out being local, but I'm open to, other places. But me and Kay were just really wanting to hone in, in our own backyard. So I'll just have to look at some other neighboring cities and get some stuff done. So for our next check-in, I will have some updates.
Nice. Local's good though. Like if I live in New York, so I have no choice but to branch out. So if you can stay local, so like I told Greg, I want you guys to play to your strengths, right? So if you're local, that means you have connections out there. And you can easily build a team. You probably know a handyman, you know a cleaner, you probably know a few landlords. So if you can stay local, that's great. But if local doesn't work, don't let that stop you and branch out, just like you said, that you're not opposed to. So it you just got to keep marketing. That's what it's going to go down to. Like all the challenges you guys are going to come up with, the answer is keep marketing. Um, yeah.
I will say when that last one when I talked to him and I was gonna go see it and everything, and when he canceled the showing and the owners were like, no, they didn't want to be a part of that. They were saying it's illegal, and then they were saying, oh, we just want a family to move in it. It kind of just crushed my heart a little bit. I mean, it didn't deter me from I'm still gonna do something, but it did just kind of like, I just like, yeah, it kind of crushed my heart just a little bit. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, now I done got two no, so now I'm gonna get to my yes soon.
Nice. Absolutely. Got to increase the activity to get to the yes. That's all I'm going to say. You have to increase the activity. Pick a target, stick with that target every day until you have options. You want three yeses at once, and then you want to just pick one, right? So nice. Nice. Keep doing what you was doing on the call the other day. Keep marketing, keep following up. Do your market research to decide on. That's the only market research you have to do in the beginning to decide on the city. Once you identify the city, don't do any more research. Don't do anything else. Just market.
Okay.
Just market. Nothing else is important. Just market. And I want to say this too, right? I posted a lead on Circle and people are asking me about things that are not important. Don't do that. Like, just the most important part when you catch a lead, when you have someone that tells you yes, is to analyze the lead. That's the only thing you should be doing. Analyze the lead. Don't worry about anything else because the only thing that matters is one, will this lead make money? Two, will this lead make the money that I desire? If it answers those two questions, then you do the rest of the research. But you don't want to do research on this, redo research on this, check into this, worry about this, and the lead don't make money. You don't waste your time. So keep the main thing. Market at this point. When you get a yes, run your numbers and then worry about everything else. Worry about the credit check later, worry about the references later, worry about what's the address later, worry about what amenities does it come with later. None of that is important. What's important is, will it make money? And if it does make money, boom, now you can do your due diligence. Cool, cool, cool. Who else was here last week? Jessica, talk to us, Jessica. What's going on? And Kiki, I'm coming for you after.
Uh-oh.
That's good you coming for Kiki because I'm
Can you
coming.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think there was a lead. I've marketed to I would say to several people, but not as much as I should.
Put a
Um
number on several if you can.
I say about 25.
Nice. In the
Um
span of how much time?
I haven't been marketing every day, but is I want to say about maybe 2 days. I
Nice.
missed the last meetup we had. Um, it was for a great reason. I actually had my vow renewal, so I could not make that, and I was
Nice.
traveling in the midst of traveling. So while I'm thinking about it, I might as well let you know now. I will be missing. I might be missing Thursday and maybe Sunday because I'll be traveling both. But yeah, so I marketed to a few people. I did get some responses as far as email. Um, and what I ended up doing was I sent in today, I sent responded via email to one of the leads that did respond. And so I'm just waiting on their response. And I'm waiting to actually speak to them. And then I received two more responses. Actually, there was one of the leads that actually called me, but I missed the call. So I did call them back and I did not get them. So I did leave a voicemail with one of the scripts. And I'm just kind of waiting. I'm playing the waiting game right now. So that's kind of where I am mainly. But I am actually tonight, I'm going to reach out to some more people. I do plan to do that. Um, Yeah, I want to say that's where I am. Oh, I also want to mention this because I know Chen, I did reach out to you regarding that iffy person that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Tell
just
us, tell
decided
us,
to
tell
let
us
that
more
go.
about the iffy person. Tell us the backstory so no one goes through that and it goes through that
Um,
as well.
okay. So I hit up somebody on Craigslist, a lead on Craigslist, and this lead was, ready. They had a furnished property. And it was actually in Daytona Beach, at a furnished property that they put up on Craigslist that they were putting out there. He needed a tenant for, so I did contact the person, and I asked them some questions, and then we got to the part where he was saying that, oh, can you fill out? I have the application. I charge $100 for the application fee. So that's the only thing. You just have to complete the application and pay the $100 fee, and you'll be good to go. I said, okay. But my gut was telling me else what, something else. I was just like, I wasn't feeling really right about this lead. So I reached out to him again, but I texted him. I said, hey, because he didn't send the application. And then I texted him again to remind him. I said, hey, are you still planning on sending the application to me? And he finally sends it, and the application looks weird. I'm like, this doesn't look right. So I send it to Chinadu, and for him to look at it and confirm, and he's basically like, Craigslist is a little, you gotta kind of be careful with Craigslist and really vet the leads on there, because you get some funny people. So like I said, someone wasn't sitting right with this lead, and I basically ended up letting go. And I just didn't proceed with that because I just felt like it was a scam. So I just kind of let it go. Even talking to this guy, like in conversation, like the conversation didn't seem right. It didn't feel right to me. He was just very robotic. He was just very, like, he was rushing the application process, I felt like, but wasn't really answering my questions. So, I just kind of let that go. And that's
So
kind of
I'm
where
gonna
I am
jump
with
in there
that.
real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Zillow, apartments.com, Trulia, word to mouth will be the only lead generation sources you guys will need. There's more than enough houses and apartments on those websites. There's apartments on Facebook, there's apartments on Craigslist, and I know some people who've closed deals on those platforms, but it's always hit or miss. So I would avoid those. And if you guys are ever prompted to pay for an application, excuse me, it's usually going to be from a property management company or an apartment building. That's kind of standard. But other than that, like, don't pay for any applications, and they'll try to bait you and say the application is refundable to give you peace of mind. So if anyone that's not a property management company, right, and you can verify they're a property management company or they're an apartment building, like, don't pay for anything, because you'll pay and you'll never hear from them again. There'll be no address sent to you, no nothing, right? So just avoid Craigslist, Facebook, Zillow, apartments.com, truly a word to mouth. That's literally the only lead generation sources you'll need. Yeah, once they say refundable to, like, ease you up a little bit, but don't fall for it. Definitely don't fall for it. Oh, cool. Yeah, 25 in 2 days. That's pretty good. So the curse on that is you got to keep up that activity, right? That's what I said. Pick a target and stick with it. A target you can do consistently, right? So if that's about 12 a day, so live up to your 12 a day, which is simple. You can. I think we did less than 12, about like 10. We did 10 last week, right? So 12 a day is light. It's literally copy paste. Like, this is probably some of the easiest marketing in the world, right? It's all cold outreach. So you can definitely keep up with 12 a day, but keep up with 12 a day. If you have, you got a husband, have him go on his phone and literally, like, get people to market for you. You guys need help if you need help. So ask for help. Show them how to do, how to do it. Show someone who you can trust how to do it. Everyone has time to literally copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So if you can't reach the 12 and you can really reach 6 based on your lifestyle, based on your motivation that day. It's okay to ask for help. Show someone how to do it. Maybe show them a piece of my training and have them mark it with you. We need all hands on deck on your financial freedom plan, guys. So yeah, keep up the activity, but tell us the end of the story. You reached out to 25 in 2 days. You got some responses. You had this scam artist, and then what was the rest of the story?
Um, with the other leads that reached back out, I had reached out to them. I reached back out to them, so I'm just kind of waiting on responses at this point,
Nice. Okay.
mainly. And then I'm
Are
gonna
they
reach out to
all via
more people
email?
via email. Yes, one was by phone, but I didn't. That person called me back, but I had missed it, so I called the person back. So we were kind of playing phone tag right now. So I'm just waiting on this person to call me back before if I don't, hear from them in maybe about a couple of days, I'll follow up with a call back again. That's plan to do at least. So,
What's a couple days to you?
about 2. Mhm.
Okay, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got to follow up with all of your leads before the weekend, preferably before
Mhm.
Friday, so they can reach back out to you
Okay.
by Friday in case they don't respond by Thursday. So if I would do like I'd follow up with everyone who didn't tell me no or did not respond to
Mhm.
me by Thursday. So by Friday, you have enough activity to go back and forth a little bit before the weekend, because on a weekend it's very rarely, I don't think people don't I don't understand why people don't do business on the weekends, right? Like, you're trying to get these houses filled up or not. So, like, you got to catch people before the weekend. Definitely got to catch them before the weekend, because they'll have a great time on the weekend and kind of forget about you.
Got you. Okay, and I have one more thing. I have a challenge that I'm working with. So maybe you have some suggestions. My challenge is I feel like I'm in a market, actually in a couple markets that I'm aiming to do STRs in. However, comma, I seem to be back and forth. Like I need to just pick one market and stick to that one market. I'm having that challenge with that. So, what do you say on that?
So is it that you have multiple markets you can do and you want to
Hmm.
pick one of the multiple?
Right. I just want to stick with one, but I'm having a challenge in sticking with that one.
How many do you have?
Right now, 3.
You have a pen and paper?
I
And you're
do
gonna
not, but
hate
I
you're
do have
gonna
my
hate me for this.
notepad. Do I have
Okay,
to have a
no,
pen and paper? Can I use my notepad?
no. As long as you can
Okay.
see it, right? You ready? And you're gonna
Hmm.
hate me for this. Right. What's the first
Oh
city?
God. Um, the first city is Jacksonville.
Nice. I hear a lot of good things about Jacksonville here and see. Okay. What's
Jacksonville,
the
St.
second one?
Augustine, that area. The second one is in my backyard, which is Melbourne, Florida,
Okay.
and it's
And
all
what's the
in Florida, and one is Georgia.
okay. And
Actually,
what's
there's two more. There's 4 actually altogether. The other one is Columbus, Georgia,
nice. I like that city.
and my last one is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay. You wrote all 4 down?
I am in the midst of doing that.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
I was about to say, as soon as she said Florida, I was about to say maybe you and Felicia should, connect a little bit. I'm a firm believer of doing things together. I don't know how I got that way, but I really don't like doing much alone. There's a lot of things you got to do alone, but if I can Add some manpower, some brain power. I'm not sh I would never shy away from it.
Okay, I'm done with them. Writing
You're
them
done?
down. Mm-hmm.
You're looking at them?
I am.
Start with the first one on the list, ignore the rest.
Okay.
Legit. Literally, just start with the first one, ignore the rest. Once you feel, I'm gonna take that back. Once you have actually exhausted that area, like there's no more leads on the market to reach out to, then go to your second city and repeat that process. Go to number two, forget about the rest, exhaust that area, no activity, that's totally fine. Boom. Go to number three, do number three one at a time. So literally, your four areas, I know about three of them, and they're really good. I know people in there killing it, women and males, and I've done market research on them. So three out of four I can vouch for. So you have great picks. Just do them one at a time, legit, one at a time, knock it out. Exhaust that area as much as you can, and then boom, just move on. And then when you're
Okay.
done with the four cities, go back to number one and follow up with your old leads, the ones that's still on the market. So this is where like a virtual
Okay, gotcha.
assistant comes in handy, right? So I'll have my virtual assistant market in an area, right? And then, she'll spend a whole week marketing. And then on Friday, I will tell her, okay, delete all the leads that's no longer available for rent. Maybe it's rented, maybe it's no longer on the market because it's been sitting there for too long, it can't get their rent price. So then on Friday, I would just go and follow up with all the leads she's generated. So in the beginning, you're gonna do all that manually, but it's okay. Legit, it's okay. Um, but yeah, if you team up with somebody, maybe you guys can split that cost, have a virtual assistant, which is really not expensive. You can get a lot of work out of somebody for like $30 a week, right? It's like a trip at Starbucks two times. And get a lot of activity out. So now you're only, checking up with the landlords who entertain your business model, give you a yes or want to hear more. So that's something you guys should consider as well. Literally cheap labor to do the things that you guys are not comfortable with, right? They'll do it, no problem,
Hmm.
smile in their face, give you reports at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, you guys really just have to market, keep the activity up, and pick a city and decide on it. So it sounds like, did I help you, choose a city, your one city?
You did.
Nice.
You
Yo,
definitely did.
Jacksonville is really good. Like I can send you screenshots for days of people who's killing it in that market.
And I know I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go back up Jacksonville because I'm the saturation of it. I know you don't like that word, oversaturation. um, but honestly, that's like at the bottom of my, I just think about, so just go ahead and just do it. I think about
So
all that
here's how
extra
you
stuff.
here's how you avoid oversaturation, right? Quote unquote oversaturation.
Mhm.
Excuse me. You go on AirDNA and there's like a tab there. You know what? Let me pull it up. I love examples. So you'll be able to see exactly what's saturated before you commit. Let me see the chat real quick. Chen, I'm driving right now. Drive safe, bro. Update you. Swift My Market, Florida, Davenport. Okay. Ooh, Sha. See, Felicia's looking in Jacksonville right now. That's nice. So another thing I want to say, right, is there's so many cities out there, right? And this is just like a general general statement. There's so many cities out there Like I can't imagine. Like Athens was a new city for me, brand new city, never heard about it. I just happened to find it doing market research, right? So I can't imagine not being in Athens right now. Athens is probably like my best performing market ever, 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 ever. But imagine, I didn't branch out to find a new undiscovered, untapped city because someone that, I look up to for this space is in that city. So I say that to say there's so many cities out there that print money. I'm talking about money falling from the sky, especially the ones you've never heard of. So feel free. I encourage you guys to do market research and discover different cities because there's so many cities that we've never heard of, untapped, untouched, that's making money. There's so many. And when you find that city, you feel me? Like just like be happy that you found that city. So I encourage you guys to all branch out and find new cities that that no one is in. And if someone's in it, that's also cool. But don't pick a city because someone else is in there. There's so many new cities that are growing constantly that, that no one knows about. And you can be just a pioneer to come in there and just take over because everyone there's no competition in Athens. There's like one person, I'll be honest, there's one person who I do market research on, and she's really, really good. But other than that, everyone else is like boo-boo, bro. Like there's no competition, bro, whatsoever. And those are the best markets, small cities where, you barely have to try to get bookings, right? You can come in there, be a professional, and really take not only take market share, but really like take the market's money. And that's amazing. So there's something I'm looking for. AirDNA lets you know what a bulk of, oh man, it's changed so much. Let's see. They let you know what a bulk of the listings are in an area. Let's see, you know what? I think I did press reset. Revenue occupancy rates. Where did they move it to?
Yeah, they moved it. I can't, it's hard to find it now. The number of listings, right? Listings, right?
Yeah, okay, perfect. Here it is, listings. So they'll tell you what a bulk of the listings are in the market, and you can see exactly what's saturated. I think it's so here it looks like there's a lot of one bedrooms, two bedrooms, three bedrooms. So the market is made up of 1 to 3 bedrooms. So those products may be saturated, but look at the 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, right? So if I'm going into Jacksonville, I'm not going to avoid 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms if I find a good deal, but I'm going to prioritize 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms because there's no competition. Like that product is not oversaturated. So I can go in with a 4 bedroom. There may be 100 in the market. And even if my product is not the best, even though we're going to strive for the best, right? We're going to strive for it. We're going to set up our listing as best as we can. Even if our product is not the best, maybe we had a budget, right? If those 100 are taken, boom, I'm the only option. So those are one of the things where Jay Massey says you just have to be present, right? So if you have a product that's not saturated, at that point, you really just have to be present and, host like a professional. So, keep this in mind when you feel like you're entering a saturated product and, so when I hear things like this is saturated, it always feels like it's a feeling, right? It's a hunch, like it's not backed by data. So go look at the data and let the data tell you if it's saturated or not. And the data will tell you which product is saturated and which product is not. So Jessica, if I was you, I would keep 4 bedrooms and 5 bedrooms on my radar, but do not avoid looking for 1 to 2, 3 bedroom units if you can find a really good deal. And I'm sure there's good deals out there still.
Jen, I'm looking at a 4 bedroom right now. It says no trick or treat, October rent free. Apply today to
Nice.
move in by October 31st. It's a 4 to 2.5 in Jacksonville.
Nice. Yeah, these are the times to get those free rents. I was looking at a building today. Where are you? And they offered me 1 month free, but I'm on the website and they talking about, where was it? They talk about 2 months free. So why you trying to shortchange me? So I'm bringing this up in our phone call tomorrow because I want 2 months free on everything, right? You're offering 2 months free to these tenants, but I'm bringing more value to them than them. So yeah, this is the time to get your free concessions, your free rents. This is the season. So definitely don't miss out. And this is why I'm stressing marketing a lot starting in October because there's so much cost savings and opportunity around this season. So cool. Thank you for sharing, Jessica. Please market. Please market. Continue to market. Keep up that activity. Follow up with everyone you reached out to and share your progress. Please share your progress. Nice. Thumbs up from Jessica. Kiki, come to the stage, please. And then I was gonna call Taj, but I want to call someone who was here already. I mean, if you guys want to share your experience since last week, feel free to type in the chat you want to speak next. But Kiki, let's talk real quick.
I think she's gone. I don't think she's here.
Oh, really?
She might have been working. She might have been working, but she's
So
gone.
Jason scared it off.
Yeah, Jason does scare people off. That's true.
Taj, how's it going, man? Yo, shout out to Taj for copping my training over the last few days. I know he knows exactly what to do with that. So Taj, tell us how those actually Taj had a good lead from when we spoke on the 19th. So Taj, tell us how that went and what was the outcome and what
Yo,
made you want to get my training after that.
yo, what's going on, y'all? My bad. I'm in the car right now. So I found a good lead. Like right the next day, I started making my calls. I took the 30 minutes, started making calls, and I ran across a guy that he's an agent in Minnesota, and I met him a couple years ago. And he was actually the owner of the property, and he has quite a few properties. So I basically, I said this script what Chin said, and after that, he was okay. He said, "Yeah, let's do it." He accepted. He was like, we can work it out." And I brought it to Chinadu because I was like, "Hey, I have my partner that does this with me too." So, I was making a group chat, but then before even making a group chat, I was running the numbers. I wasn't seeing none. Then Chinadu, he started running the numbers, and he was like, "Yo, you got to get my training," because I didn't take the training. I'm gonna be honest, y'all know with the STRs how it went with me. I'm good. So I'm taking this training right now. He, told me the steps to do, and I actually did hit him back, but I remember he was telling me that his wife might go into labor this weekend. So if he doesn't answer, that's the reason why. Because I was gonna, negotiate the rent to be lower, and if that doesn't work, then ask if he got anything else, which I know he said he does, and he said if it's not him, he has a couple friends that would be interested in that as well too, and he could help with that. But I think when I tried to hit him yesterday, he did not answer. So his wife might already be having a baby. So that's
Nice. Make sure you send that if you did, I'm sure you did, but make sure you send that congratulation text.
yeah, I actually didn't. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't send it, but I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it.
Yeah, things like that get you deals, bro.
Yeah.
For real. Yo, as
Yeah.
soon as we closed the deal in Athens, Sam brought literally the whole office some like Haitian goodies. And they like every time I speak to them, they bring it up. So things like that go a long way. Buying people Starbucks gift cards. it's like bribery. Like to keep it 100, like legit, the whole thing is kind of like bribery. So that's just business. But things like that gets you deals, it gets you remembered. So definitely send that congratulation text. On have you so I know you said you want to negotiate the rent. So like what revenue were you seeing and what rent price do you need to get it at?
Yeah, so it's 25,000 for the year. He has both sides of the duplex, but what I would need it at $1,000 for it to make sense.
And
And
how much is he asking for?
1,500. So
I mean, hey, I don't want to I was gonna say that's a tough ask, but I don't want to put that energy out there. You literally never know. Maybe they have it free and clear. I know some investors that just want to break even, keep the property for appreciation. I know some. I was on a Friday call last week, and some people said they'll even take rentals, like even if it's negative cash flow. They just keep it for the appreciation tax benefit. So you never know what kind of landlord you're going to come across. So definitely shoot him your offer, sell him the benefits on why, you are the best tenant. But most importantly, keep marketing. Like send that message and then keep marketing literally right after. You got to get back to the field, bro.
absolutely, absolutely, I appreciate that, and yeah, I'm gonna definitely hit him with that congratulations and kind of go from there.
Nice.
So,
Welcome back to the STR world, my brother. I
Alex,
promise this is your learning experience will be way different, bro. I promise, man.
absolutely, absolutely, I appreciate that.
Who else was here last week? I mean, I think that was, I mean, feel free to share, what you guys want to talk about.
Sharon, just a question for you.
hmm
Like when you first started doing STRs, did your expectation of cash flow from when you started then to now shift?
You know what's so crazy about that question? Like my focus wasn't even on the cash flow. That's how bad my thinking was. My focus was just getting an STR, right? And that's why my start was like that. So yeah, it shifted a lot. Shifted from not thinking about cash flow to thinking about cash flow. So now people ask me, why did you pick this city? Like, what's the main attraction here? Like, what's bringing people here? My answer is, I didn't even do that research. Like, it doesn't matter why people are coming. If I see on average there's hosts making X amount of dollars, people are coming. It doesn't matter why they're coming. People are coming, and the data shows proof that people are making X amount of dollars. So they've done the market research, they've done the trial and error, and this is their result. So I'll just enter a market if I can reach my revenue goals, and boom, I'll just enter. So that's why I'm always stressing, like, don't like the reason people are coming here are kind of irrelevant. Like it's only relevant like after you're in that market because now you know how to price your units. Like for the next year coming up. So Sam just started a unit in Athens, right? So based on our experience in Athens, we know graduation is going to be crazy, $2,000 a night. Football season, people spending 5,000 for a weekend. So now we know, okay, for our future dates, now we need to know why people are coming so we're not underselling ourselves. So before it doesn't really matter. As long as you can meet your revenue goals, perfect, enter the market and then worry about why people are coming because you don't want to undersell your dates. Like in Miami, right? World Cup is coming up in Miami. You cannot book any hotel for the World Cup dates because they haven't announced what team is playing in Miami. Because the hotels don't want to undersell their nights, right? So they're in that market because they know it makes money, but now they're paying attention to why people are coming so they can price themselves correctly. So my whole reason for picking the market is strictly the revenue. The only thing I really care about, yes, the guest experience, yes, delivering, being a great host, great hospitality, but those those are the underlying to my main motive, which is the cash flow and the money. So if I can bring that to you guys, don't worry about anything else besides the cash flow and the money. And then everything else is secondary because you got to pay your bills. You got to provide for your family. You got to progress. And you can really only do that with money. Like money is like a prerequisite to life. So only focus on will that market bring you the revenue you want? Will it bring you the cash flow you want? Can you pay off the money that you invested into these units in your lease time span, and then do all that other complex market research, head bus activity information. So yes, my mindset is straight money, 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 if I'm being honest. Like everything else, trial and error, man, but nothing else really matters. Like once you've done the numbers right, right? Like Jason says, profits produce at purchase. Once you do the numbers right, you can literally figure out everything else. Like you can be a bad host and still make money. I've seen it. Like, oh my God, I've seen there's so many scumbag hosts out there, but they're still making money. So you can literally figure out the rest as you go, pick a good market, run the numbers correctly, and then build yourself to be a great host, a professional host after that. There's so many things to learn. Literally, even myself, I'm still learning new things, especially as these platforms are, updating their systems and moving with the market and guest behavior and things like that. So yeah, literally just focus on the revenue. Everything else is secondary. That was a really good question because I really was not even, I ran the numbers and still wasn't focused on the money. Wow. Anyone else? Good questions, scariest questions, challenges you want to get past? I haven't been through it all, but still fighting some demons.
Yo, bro, I feel like still one of my things that I think in my head, maybe because I was scarred from STRs, but I know I'm still going through your training. I know you probably say it, but I think my biggest thing is like staying booked because I remember when me and Jessica had the one in Dallas, that thing, we was barely getting booked. The laws changed on us. And, I think that's kind of a fear that I still have in my head, like, and then we had to keep coming out of pocket paying that rent. So that's kind of
So there's a lot of reasons on why that happens. And there's a lot of ways you can turn that around, right? So if you're not booked, maybe you were priced too high at the last minute. Like maybe you wasn't adjusting your prices to accommodate for the fact that you weren't booked. Maybe your unit didn't look that well. Maybe it was slow season. So it's always going to come down to your pricing and your design. Like honestly, that's like every time I haven't been booked, it's been that my pricing or my design. Either I was too priced too high and I didn't drop my prices down quick enough for my booking lead time. Oh man. So as I'm planning out the next things that I'm going to be teaching in the maybe November, December for the next training, there's a lot of new topics I'm going to introduce because that was a concern that I heard in part two in the spring. People are concerned that their units won't be booked. Even Ryan said he didn't want to get in because he was afraid that if he builds it, people won't come, right? So there's this thing called lead time. Lead time is how much time in between a person booking and them coming to your unit. So in Miami, I have a two-bedroom, and people who travel in small groups book last minute. I went to Vegas 2 weeks ago. I bought my flight the day before, you know, and if you have a two-bedroom unit, one-bedroom unit studio, you can expect that. You can expect people to book last minute a lot, right? So, once you understand your lead time, you will understand, how to price your units, when to drop your prices, and things like that. And if you have a bigger unit, people traveling in groups, like I have a 4-bedroom house in Athens. People already are booking for graduation next year, May. People are booking for the football game next year, October. Large groups book in advance. So, even with that, knowing that my lead time is much higher for a larger unit, I have to make sure my prices are high enough. So I'm not selling nights in the future for pennies on the dollar, right? So your lead time is going to play into that. Your pricing strategy is going to play into that. Your design of your unit is going to play into that. Maybe you're losing bookings to units that look better than you, right? And maybe you're priced too high for how your unit looks. So there's a few things of why you could have been empty, but I can't really give an answer until I would actually see your unit and look at your market. But there's always a way to fix that. The worst thing you can do is overpaying rent or overpaying your mortgage, right? Because at that point, it's kind of hard to fix that because, there's not that much margin. But if you did your numbers right and you're not getting bookings, that can always be fixed. Always, always, always.
Got you, got you. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. I hear that a lot. What if I don't get booked, my occupancy, things like that? And I realize, I keep downplaying it by saying occupancy is not the full story, even though it's not, but it is important. So I'm gonna give attention to that concern this time around because I see it's an actual concern. Question. Shout out to Urina. What time is it? 9:26. I mean, we got to 9:30. Contracts are closed posted 8 to 9:30, so 4 minutes. What you guys got? I'm entertaining any questions. Okay, let me ask the question, right? Actually, let me look at the post first. Who saw the lead I sent on Circle?
Empire XL.
Oh yeah, I'm
I was
sorry.
about to
Joe
say
would have
that.
hated that. Who saw the lead I put on
Lorraine
Empire
said she saw
XL?
it.
Nice. Yeah, Lorraine shot me a text earlier about it.
Big Matt, Chanel,
Yeah, Matt texted me too.
Jess.
Yeah, Matt asked me a question that didn't really matter. So when I get questions like that, Matt, although it pisses me off, I remind myself, and when I say piss me off, take that with a grain of salt, right? I have to be mindful that I have to meet people where they are. So although I want to tell you, and I'm gonna stand on this, that question was not important. I appreciate the question, bro. I definitely do.
So what was the question?
Yo,
Uh,
Matthew, go
yeah, yeah.
ahead, go,
No,
bro. Tell the
no,
question.
no. I came off mute quick. I'm fine. No, the question was simply after I read the notion, I dove into the price and all in cost because I was very curious about all that. And I know that he's going to preface, different disclaimers and different things. And one of the things that I read was rental history. And he said something along the lines of providing rental history like up to three land. I hear. I'm just going to pull it up because I'm trying to like mess it up. Um, oh yeah, so it says, or I asked him the rental references, is that for previous like STR deals, leads, whatever, or is that where I've like three personal references on where I've personally lived? And like I said, I know it was like a silly question or whatever, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I don't know.
And what was my response?
I mean, everybody's gonna like it. Because it wasn't like mean or anything. He just said ignore that, not important. And I was like, smooth, okay.
Where'd you post to leave?
Yeah, definitely don't get. So one thing I noticed from, oh wow, it's about to hit a year. It's about to hit a year since I posted first lead on Empire XL. One thing I noticed from the first batch that I put out is people were so caught up in the details that didn't matter that by the time they told me they wanted the lead, it was gone. Right. So don't, I even like called the city on this one to make sure that you can operate in this area because I saw a lot of people were also getting caught up playing cat and mouse with the city via phone call, email. So that part is done. No one has to call the city. You can legally operate and get a permit in this area. So, just don't get caught up in the details that are important, but they're not the details you should be focusing on first, right? So when Matthew hit me up about that, I just told him, yo, ignore that, not important. And then he asked me another question. He asked me a question. He said 12K all in cost, correct? And I just said, yeah, that's 12 and change. Then he said, well, his next question was irrelevant for this conversation, but yeah, I invite the questions, just ask the important questions. Go to ask the team to see the lead. Yeah, just don't focus on the things that don't matter. Focus on the most important parts, and then the rest will literally, like, you'll be forced to focus on those other things, So do what's important first, and then let the flow of the deal bring you to those other details that support the main detail. But yeah, check out the lead, guys. I put a lot of detail that I thought was relevant on it. I put the last conversation I had with the property today so you can get some context, put some information, my numbers there. You can reach out to me. Just yeah, take a look and get busy. Legit, get busy.
All right.
Hey, Jen. Oh, I'm sorry. I can text you later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I just had a quick question about something, but yeah, no, I know time is up. That's fine. I can text you.
You know I'll stay for your question, right?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought Jay was about to close it out, so I didn't want to hold everybody up. No, it was just something I had a question about the numbers. Um, Looking at the sheet, it said the expenses you have are on a monthly basis, correct?
On which side, the left side or the right side?
Right.
Correct.
Um, so I know I'm gonna put in my own numbers. I just wanted to clarify that we have a $900 cleaning, and then pest is $5.
Yeah, the building has their own pest control and they charge $5.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to make sure. I'm like, oh, that's
Hmm.
cheap. I'm like, how, where did you find this guy? No, anyway. And then yeah, so the cleaning is 900 monthly.
It's it's on average. So some months it could hit 900, some months it may go. So cleaning is determined by how many people you host that month. So you're never going to host the same amount of people a month. But on average, 7 cleanings is kind of industry standard for running your numbers. So you'll see about 7 people a month, right? Sometimes it may go higher, sometimes it may be lower. I have a guy staying with me for 90 days. So I have no cleaning fee for 90 days, right? So, that number is just an average number. Even your
Okay,
cash
got
flow is going to be an average number because I'm saying I believe, right? And I didn't put comps on purpose. I want you guys to do the work, do your own comps, right? So I believe that it's going to make 40K a year, which equates to like 33 something a month. There's going to be some months where you make guarantee, right? There's some things in life that are not guaranteed. I will guarantee that you will make more than 33 in some months, right? So, but on average, right, that's what I believe that the deal is going to make.
gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. For everyone checking it out, here are your steps. Read all the information, all of it. maybe read it twice, right? I suggest you read it 3 times. Then go to AirDNA and run your comps, right? Pick out some good comps. Look at the pictures so you can pick out good comps and then run the numbers. Run your own numbers and then make a decision. Does it meet my cash flow goals or not? I think that's all you guys should do. Like, don't do anything else. And we can end on that note. Nice. Thumbs up. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys always showing up for your boy and showing up for yourselves and letting me talk and get better at publicly speaking. This is practice for myself as well. So appreciate you guys always, always, always. I like when Greg said he was out for a while and came back. There's literally no place like home. I've been out and I came back as well, man. So peace and love to you guys, family. Text me, call me, watch my training. Also, hit up Sam too. Yo, Sam has gotten really, really good, man. So here's my goal, right? Because I understand what kind of responsibility I have as I'm sharing short-term rental stuff with you guys, right? So my goal is to build up more people to do short-term rentals in case I'm not available, right? The only thing that sucks is if you really need my help, but I'm not available, you're stuck. But if we had multiple people you can use as a resource, we're golden. You know, Empire Excel is very, very valuable in that strategy. So I'm literally like, if you've noticed, I'm literally focusing on like 2 people at a time, like to get the most out of it, right? So I've been focusing on Sam and JC. I feel like they're good. Sam got his own deal on his own with my guidance. So now I can kind of leave them alone and focus on another set of people. So keep pushing, watch the training. I will help you. I will give you my time. I may not respond as quick as you like to, but I will always get back to you. But my goal is to literally build up more short-term rental operators, get people up in their knowledge, not just the knowledge, but the experience part, right? No theory. Like we're literally in the field doing it. And that's my goal. So literally
How
keep
close are you?
pushing. I will meet you where you guys are at.
How close are you to reaching that goal that you wanted to do? Because
Yo,
don't think I forgot.
yeah, I'm pushing, right? So Sam
Tell
is
everybody
Sam
what it
is
was.
all right. So
And I
my
want to
goal.
know where you at. It's the fourth quarter. Actually, we through the first month of the fourth quarter. Where you at?
Okay, so my goal this year was to help just one person make 20K monthly, right? Just to help someone do 20K monthly, do short-term rentals. That's what I know how to do best, right? Sam is literally one property away from doing that. You know what's so cool? Is it's cool, but it also I was like, damn, every time I think about it, I used to say damn, but now I'm grateful for it. When I put out those leads, I was so conservative, but those leads make 20K more. I told Sam was gonna make like, I think like 50K on that lead. My boy already hit 70. So that deal has hit 20K more than I estimated, right? So Sam is literally one house away from 20K a month. JC, yeah, JC is also one house away from hitting 20K a month too. So I'm very close. But now that I know I'm close, I'm kind of gonna step back away from them so they can do their thing so I can now start it up with somebody else. Because I know I have confidence that Sam can now get the next house by himself and reach that 20K by himself, right? And JC is almost there as well. So I'm very, very close. They're both one house away from being able to accomplish 20K monthly in revenue. That's so dope. So now I'm on a mission to help other people do that. So I'm looking to see if I can increase my bandwidth and do more than 2 people at a time. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see. But I'm very, very close to reaching that goal.
And
I see
just to
you,
be clear,
Felicia.
that's revenue, not as opposed to profit.
Yeah, 20K gross profit. Well, gross revenue, I should say. I should say gross revenue. I don't like the word gross profit. So 20K gross revenue, but
Right.
the profit margins on that is really, really good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But no, yeah, I just want to be clear because people like, oh, Gen 7 make 20 grand a month, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted
Very true.
to just,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, make sure everybody's clear so we not talking crazy or people misunderstanding. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. That's all. Clarification.
son. Nice. That's my time, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was the end of the short-term rental marketing session. So there will be no more of me for this challenge, but I'm always around. I'm always giving up my number. I'm always posting on Circle because I got to catch up to
Empire.
Jason. Oh, man, that's such a habit. We need to change the name of the app. That's what it is.
You're right. We're working on that.
Yeah, I gotta catch up to Jason, so I will always be posting on Empire Excel, short-term rental related stuff as much as it comes to my mind.
And do you want to give one quick little shout out to your event coming up or your workshops on the horizon?
Nice. Perfect for all my people who's local to New York or just want to fly out to New York because you like flying. I'm hosting an in-person event November 8th. Can I throw pictures in the chat? Let's see. I'm hosting an in-person event in New York City, Manhattan, November 8th, starting at 4 p.m. to just network, short-term rental related networking. I'm about to post a picture in the chat. And it's going to be great. It's going to be operators from different cities, different states. Some live in New York. You get the network, pick their brain, learn things that I probably haven't learned yet, learn things I haven't taught yet. Just increase your network, ask about other cities. So when I did the training and I spoke about, you can find cities by networking, this is going to be the one, right? You can find cities by asking people what cities they're in, what their experience is like, and you can find new cities to enter, you can find cities to avoid. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to have at least 50 people there. Most of the crowd are going to have experience. Most of the crowd are going to have 10 units plus, making 200K revenue a month, like different milestones. So you get to hear from people who are just starting with their first unit up to people with like 200 units. Male, female, different ages from different states, different backgrounds, immigrants, Americans. So it's going to be great. It's a real diverse group with diverse experience, with diverse units. So you literally get to, I don't know anything else going on in New York like that. And that's why I wanted to put it together. So November 8th, I put the flyer in the chat. Definitely be there. There's no RSVP. Just show up. Literally, just show up. Come have a great time. And we share this on our platform so that people, yeah, go ahead. It's free. I'm not charging. I just want to connect with people and get people connected as well because you really got to build up your network. And that's what I'm seeing is the theme for pushing forward and progressing. So November 8th, have your in-person meetup. If you can't make it, but you still want to, keep the mission alive, perfect. There you go, Jessica. If you can't make it and you want to keep the mission alive, I'm doing another training for Empire Excel, short-term rental related. I'm gonna go over the first steps again, but with a different twist on it based on what I've been learning lately, right? Save you guys a lot of time on your marketing efforts, on picking cities, on running numbers. There's a couple things that I heard I said in the first training that I want to eliminate because I see is getting people stuck and caught up in the weeds. And then I'm also going to do some more advanced stuff. So basically, it's going to be a continuation from the advanced workshop. So I'm going to go for the next step. So now you guys have a catalog on how to further your journeys and literally get into the short-term rental game. Because like I said, I really want to build up this space in Circle, Empire Excel,
in Venadas, Italy, whatever you came from, whatever your previous short-term rental experience was. Like, I want to eliminate everything you've learned before and teach you guys the right way. That's been working for me and everything. So that date is to be determined, but there will be more. Like, I will continue doing short-term rental stuff until we have an army of people well versed in it that, you know, we can operate whether I log in or not. Right. So that's what's coming up. In person November 8th, online training, date to be determined, but I may keep it in November as well, just so you know, just so we can keep it fresh.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.